Hello, myself Ramesh. In this video, we are going to discuss the following commands: CP to copy the files, and RM to remove the files. And MB command, we use this command for renaming and also for moving the files from one location to another location. And next command is file. So file is the command to know what is your file type. CMP is the command to compare the two files. So we'll see how to use these commands one by one. So this is my Linux machine. The first command in this list is copy. Let me see the files in my directory. So these are the files, available files in my current directory. Now I want to copy one of the file using CP and then file name, and then what is the file name you want to copy. Suppose I want to copy with the underscore BKB as a one backup. Okay, let me press enter. Now you can see there is a file has been created, one backup file. Okay, for this. So copy has been executed. But if you see the file timings, everything has changed now. This is the latest timestamp it took. Suppose now I want to create the file with the same timestamp what the original file is having. So in that case, you should use -p option to preserve the permissions and as well as timings. So let me give some different name here. This time BKP1 I'm giving. So here, now you can see these two files are having now same files timestamp. The file has been created. So this is how you can preserve the timing and the remaining permissions as well. This is the option P. You can use it. And suppose you want to copy the file in different location, you can do like this: CP and then your file name, and then you can use /tmp. So if you don't provide any file name after this, the file name will be the same name. If I go and check inside the temp, so the file name should be the test one. So the same as the file name as given here, nothing. So it copied the same name. So suppose if you want to copy with different name, so you can give your in a different name here. So like this, go and check there. So there will be a file with your name has been copied. This is how the CP command will be used. Suppose now if you want to copy many files from directory, so that time you can use CP-R. So let me see. So R stands for the recursive here. So the option you can use here, recursive. Suppose now there's a directory is here. So this directory can contain multiple files inside that. So I want to copy all the files at a time and its subdirectory files also to different directory, different location. You can use -R option. So as there, that is an important option we will be using. Now we will see the next command, RM. So RM we use this command to remove the files. Let's see how to remove the files. I want to remove the file. You can use RM and then space file name. So when you are removing the file, you just check whether who is the owner of the file. So here the owner is and the logged in users both are same. So you can remove this file. So now if you want to delete one file, you can delete like this. So if you have any another file, you can also give two files at a time. Or in this case, instead of doing like this, you can give star also. So let me show you. So first check it. There are two files are coming. So if you want to delete, you can use star also. Now both files are deleted. So this is how we will delete the files. Suppose you want to delete any files inside the directory and recursively, then you can use rm -r and then directory name. So the directory has been deleted now. So the file inside this is also deleted. The files inside that subdirectory also deleted, and directory 4 also has been deleted. Now it's not available. You can use option R to remove the directory. This is how we use rm command to remove the files. Next command to discuss is mb. mb command we use to rename and as well as moving the files from one location to other location. So in the case of copy, so we have the original file as well as the new file. Both we have, so it is available. So now let me do move command. So I'm just adding some txt 123 suppose. Okay. So now I'm renaming this file with this name. So once I rename, it should not be available. So this file is not available. So let me check the other file. So now it is available. That means this file has been now renamed as with this name. So this is how we use to rename. Now how can we move it from one location to other location? Now move this command, move this file. So from this location to another location, you just specify the directory name where you want it to. If you don't specify the file name, so it will be moved with the same name. Or if you give it the same different name, so file will be moved and then also renamed. So now let me enter here without name, so you can see it. Let me go to temp. Now see it here. The file is moved from Linux location to temp location now. This is how you can use mb command to move the file from one location to another location. So now in the same way, let me move it back this file with a different name. So now in this case, I'm moving the file. Along with that, I'm also renaming the file. So now there should be a file in this name. It is available. So I moved back. This is how we use the rename command. And move. So move and rename, we have only one command, that is called mb. Now we have file command. So we'll see how it works. File command we use to test the files. Suppose let me create one file using touch. File and then your file name. So it is telling what kind of file it is. The file it is ASCII text. And now, so similarly you can check for a directory as well. This is the, is telling it is the directory. So now you can tell there is a different file. It is telling the file type is character special. So that is the file type. So like this, it will easily identify. Now let me check for this file. Now it is telling the file is empty. So how it is checking is, so how it is come to know it is empty means, so it is trying to go and see whether data is there in the file or not, what kind of data it is. So accordingly it is checking. Suppose now let me remove the permissions and then read permission to this file and then try. So now I remove the read permission for this file. Now we will see whether it is able to recognize what kind of file it is. So it is telling no read permission to find it. Now it is unable to find it because it is not having read permission. So that means the file is reading the content when you are applying this file command. Let me add back. So now it is able to identify the file type. This is about the file command, how it works. Now we will see the next command, cmp. Now I'm taking this test file here and let me copy this file with so now I copied this file. The content of these two files will be same now. When I do compare between these two files, actually there is no difference between these two files. Both files are same. The content is same for both the files now. So that is the reason I don't see any difference. That's why no output. Now let me do some small change in one of the file. I'm just changing it. The second line I wanted to replace. I want to remove this number here. So this character I am removing here. Let's see what will happen. I'm saving and then coming. Just see now. So in this file now this character is not available here. Now let me execute the same compare command one more time. So it is telling now there is a difference. So where it is in line number 2 and then 43 character. So once it finds the any difference in the file, so it starts checking from first character in the first file, second character in the second file. So if both are same, then it will move to the next character. So it will keep on going. So whenever it finds the difference, it will stop executing and it will tell us where is the difference. And rest of the file, it will not check. So that is how the cmp command compare will work. Hope you are clear with this. Thank you for watching this video.